With Xbox console sales going down year over year, partially due to limited Xbox Series X availability for sure, some people say that Xbox don't care about consoles anymore. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I would like to discuss a little bit of a controversial topic. Do Xbox, Microsoft care about console sales and console market overall? We all know that Microsoft is more service driven company. They care about services and that kind of stuff, right? That's their metric. User engagement, not necessarily number of copies sold, as long as you subscribe to their service, and they've got plenty of services. So I understand that from outside world it looks like Microsoft is only about services, and that's kind of true also for Xbox, of course, because they are offering Xbox Game Pass. They want to have as many subscribers. This is a service, right? A subscription service, and they want to grow. They don't necessarily care about whether you're going to subscribe on and use Xbox Game Pass on PC, an Xbox console, or maybe Android device. They don't necessarily care about that, right? So in this sense, I could say that yes, console sales may not necessarily be the main focus for Xbox really, but saying that Xbox don't care about consoles anymore is, well, not true really, right? Now, Xbox don't sell as well as PlayStation 5, of course. Like, I think the difference globally is almost 2-to-1. Like, PlayStation sold around 40 million consoles. PlayStation 5s. Xbox sold like 22 or 23 million Xbox Series consoles. So yeah, we're talking about global numbers, of course. So there's a big gap there, and PlayStation is really focused on selling as many consoles as possible. And Microsoft is not really like that, but that doesn't mean that they don't care about consoles and that they don't care about selling these consoles. Now, there's a couple of reasons why these consoles don't sell as well as they do right now. And yes, just like I mentioned in the video, Microsoft is going through this process where console sales actually went down like 2 or 3%, maybe even a little bit better, more, few percent year over year, right? So, but if you really look at what Microsoft offered in the last 12 to 18 months, yeah, it is what it is, guys. I think that we do focus a lot on the fact that Xbox is not as widely available as some people would like it to be. Now, you can get Xbox Series X in most stores, in most countries, no problem. But a lot of times, like here in Poland, for example, every single time I see an Xbox console, it's always bundled with some game or controller or whatever, which obviously up the price a little bit. So, and not everyone wants to pay extra for that extra stuff, right? So having standalone console would be a great thing. Now, there's way more Xbox Series S available, but we all need to remember that not everyone necessarily wants Xbox Series S, because Xbox Series S has got their limitations, right? There's no optical drive, and some people actually still do care about that. Here in Poland, I know for a fact that people do care about physical media, because you can buy a game, like even like pay like whatever $60-70 or $250 or $300 zlotys here in Poland. You can play that game for like 15-20 hours like over the weekend, and then sell it with a little bit of loss, right? But still you get like 80% of the value of the game still, and then you can actually use that money towards some other purchases, some other games. So I do that sometimes if I want to buy games day one, for example, right? I still buy a lot of digital games, but mainly, on sale and that kind of stuff, right? So, optical drive is a one thing when it comes to Xbox Series S, like lack of it really, and obviously specs too. Like more and more people have 4K TVs, and they want to have a proper 4K machine. Proper 4K, of course, right? Upscaled and whatever, right? But still, Xbox Series X offers much better specs than Xbox Series S. So not everyone wants this particular console, and even though the price is huge, now it may not be a big deal for kids, right? But my son is more than happy with Xbox Series S. Even I kind of got used to it really when it comes to some games. But I think that Xbox Series X availability is a bit of an issue. But the biggest issue of them all is really lack of games, lack of big AAA first-party games, right? Now, 2 years ago, so 2021 was really good for Xbox. They had Halo Infinite, which launched actually pretty good. There were some issues with content later on because it's a game as service, but the launch was really good. People enjoyed the game. Forza Horizon 5 was great. Prior to that, we got a number of other first-party games, but still multi-platform due to some deals and stuff. Psychonauts, there was Flight Simulator before, and number of other games too. And on top of that, there was a lot of games coming to Game Pass and stuff. But last year was really weak, right? And even games that were delivered, like for example Crossfire X last year, it was terrible. So that was supposed to be one of those exclusive that was supposed to power Xbox Series S and X sales, but that game failed. Starfield was delayed. Stalker 2 was delayed, so number of games got delayed. Dark Tide, we still don't know what's going on with Xbox version of that of that game. So obviously games, like lack of games, was a big factor, and that's why we saw the drop in sales year over year, because there was a lot of buzz going on when it comes to Xbox 2 years ago, and because of last year it's kind of gone now, right? Now the talk after E3, and now we hear more and more about what's coming, and Starfield is coming out literally in 2 weeks. Then we're going to get Forza Motorsport. Stalker 2 is actually coming out very soon. So these games are at the reach of our hand now almost, right? So that's different. So that momentum will actually keep building up. Hopefully they will continue with releasing good games in next year too. But last year was actually bad for games. So we don't be surprised that Xbox didn't really sell a lot of consoles, right? As for the caring or not caring about consoles, Xbox has a bit different strategy when it comes to consoles. They do care about consoles because they've got the dedicated fan base. They've got a lot of people loving the ecosystem. Now with all these purchases like Bethesda and Activision Blizzard, which is coming very soon, there's going to be even more games on Game Pass. So Xbox Series S should be a great offering for kids playing only Call of Duty games. Just subscribe to Game Pass, buy yourself out $300 consoles, and you're done. So it all makes sense. And I don't even though Xbox is not Microsoft's or Xbox's main focus, Xbox console is still a very important part of the whole ecosystem, because they are not only selling console, they are not only making money on Xbox, they are not only making money on Game Pass, but they are also making money on any purchases done via Xbox Store and stuff. So they are actually making a lot of money via Xbox, right? So it makes sense. And don't forget that Xbox is investing in next-gen consoles. They still are using these Xbox blades, you know, modified, sure, but still pretty much almost the same when it comes to specs. Most specs, you know, they are still using them, so they need these. And you know, some people say that affected the availability of Xbox Series X too, because a lot of these chips were actually just moved to for server use. But you know, that's true, but how many of them did they use for servers? Like 100,000, 200, 300,000? Like, I don't think we're talking about millions, right? So I don't think that had a great effect on it. So I don't know, like, I don't know how that works, that PlayStation was able to push and produce so many more consoles, but at the same time, like, they are selling these consoles like hotcakes, and even though they are still not happy about sales numbers, apparently they expected more. So we'll see how that goes, guys. I mean, I would be very, very calm about. I would relax about how Xbox is going to treat consoles, because they will be part of the ecosystem. They are not the main focus, but don't worry, games will be there. All the services will run on it. So yeah, I think it's like starting next month. Xbox is really going to be on that uphill kind of thing, where they've got a high mountain to climb, sure, but with releasing more and more big, good games, I think that they will be able to reach the top pretty soon. So being that very serious player on the market, especially with ABK and stuff, so that's going to be huge for like casual market, really, because Xbox was rather not necessarily a casual console, if you know what I mean. You know, PlayStation is considered to be more casual. They've got FIFA marketing, Call of Duty console, or whatever, right? That's going to change a little bit with ABK, of course, acquisition. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.